Good afternoon, everyone. Ellen Desmond here from the Office of Social and Emotional Wellness. I'm going to do an orientation today of some of the resources, a resource page that we have built and a playlist all about suicide prevention resources as it pertains to RSA 193J. So if you haven't already checked out nhstudentwellness.org, we highly encourage that you do so. There are a lot of great resources on there. Our whole bureau, which is two offices, the Office of Social and Emotional Wellness and the Office of Nutrition Programs and Services. So we do have different tabs that you can navigate. You'll see we're kind of hanging out over here in the social emotional realm. And if you click on the resources and learning, you will see that we are building out these resource pages around some specific topics that we know are of interest to the field. So my colleague Lisa Hayward and I have been tag teaming on leading the charge on some of these. And the first topic we knew we wanted to tackle was suicide prevention, because the law RSA 193J went into effect July 1st of this year, and that law requires a number of different things, which we have lots of resources all about. So if you take a look at this resource guide, you will notice that we've dubbed it 282 in the 603. There is an explanation for that actually that you can find on the website right down here as well. And essentially we have kind of branded this topic, the resources around this topic, as 282 in the 603 because Senate Bill 282 was the legislation that was put forward that has now been turned into RSA 193J. So we've taken that legislation, and we have worked with partners that have partners at the New Hampshire School Boards Association who have kind of interpreted that, and they have provided some guidance around a model policy. Lisa and I have created an overview, kind of an introduction to this initiative that we're starting. And really excitingly, we have reached out to a lot of community partners, and they have all contributed some overview webinar videos to help schools really decide what kinds of trainings they may want to write into their policies and their plans. So this website is sort of like the landing page for everything. So as you can see at the top, you've got a link right here to the webinars, and this is actually the tab. We'll go through this in a second. So this is our homepage, and you'll see that this is these are all training videos that are related to 282 and the 603. You've got our first kickoff video, which is this introduction that I just mentioned. So if you're just kind of getting your brain wrapped around what is this, what's the DOE doing in terms of bringing suicide prevention education to schools and community partners, Lisa and I kind of went over that a little bit there. Our office has also put out an official technical assistance advisory. So that includes both what the language of the legislation actually is, what does the law say now, and then this awesome breakdown, as I mentioned, from the New Hampshire School Boards Association with a model policy. So some really great guidance around and really an exemplar of what a model policy really could look like, and then the subsequent plan that would follow. And then if having it in writing isn't enough for you and you want to be kind of walked through that process, Will Phillips from the New Hampshire School Boards Association recorded a model policy webinar with Lisa and myself. So that is also now on the playlist as well. So there are a lot of different ways to kind of get to the information, but this is a good landing place for you to kind of explore. So further down, you'll also see just all the facts that you may be looking for in terms of what the legislation actually says. So we take it and just kind of outline what the statute says. and then some of the things that you need to kind of keep in mind in terms of complying with that statute. So that's that. And then, like I said, kind of a nice exciting part is that there are links right here to the webinars that our colleagues, our friends and peers at different programs throughout the state, training partners, they have created. And so if you click on one of these, it takes you right to their webinar right here and gives you lots of information about how to access more info, what the goals of the program are. So for instance, you might want to take a look at the More Than SAD program through AFSP. Here's their website right here. It gives you a sense of really who the training, might be for, the scope, the length, things like that. And then if there's a cost associated with it, what that is. And then you can also take a look at who the contact would be. So you can reach out to that individual to get more information or to potentially schedule a training for your school. So we have this for More Than SAD training, which is offered by the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. We have one for Signs of Suicide, which is graciously being offered as best it can be through Connor's Crime Foundation. So there's some information on that. And trying to kind of, cut down on those costs to schools. So Connor's Crime Foundation can be a fiscal resource for you. We have the NAMI Connect program, a webinar for that, and Youth Mental Health First Aid. And so shout out to Gail and Rick, who are two of our awesome Youth Mental Health First Aid instructors from the UNH Cooperative Extension program. And they created some great overview of the Youth Mental Health First Aid program, which is actually being updated right now. So there's some new exciting progress happening for sure. So yes, you have lots of documentation here as well that you can kind of search through. You can play it. It's embedded, so you can play it right within the webpage. But you are theoretically watching this on YouTube right now, so you're already there. So you could go to our playlists tab, and then you'll see that everything that I just mentioned, all of those embedded videos are just listed right here. And you can watch them at your leisure. Feel free to use these, embed them. Feel free to forward them, share them with your community partners, with parents. Really, they're meant for decision makers who may be sitting on a policy team, a planning team, in terms of really helping you discern what training should we be bringing to our faculty and staff and the other adults in the school community, what may be beneficial for students to know as well. So kind of take a look at that. Again, we've got the model policy. Here's this little introduction to what we're doing with 282 and the 603, and then all of these trainings as well. Each video is, 15, the training videos are, maybe 15 minutes long. The intro is 5 minutes, won't take a whole lot of time. And then the model policy is a little bit more comprehensive. So it's about 35 minutes, but lots of screen sharing, lots of kind of walking through what a potential policy could look like. So just know that all of these resources are available to you. If you are interested in kind of speaking with us further, about other resources that may be available to you in terms of training, suicide prevention curriculum, things like that. If you've got questions about that, please reach out to our office, and we are happy to provide you with any guidance that we can.